Pranachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajikacharya Asudotara Satashishimad ISKCON founder Acharya's Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Gaudi Vaishnava Gavinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Shri Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Rajabhumi Vrindavan Dham Ki Shri Mayapur Ki Ganga Mai Ki Yamuna Mai Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Tulsi Maharani Ki Mango Festival Ki Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskricha Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasa Tator Jayam Udirayat Nasta Prayeshu Abadeshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 26, Text 19. Fundamental Principles of Material Nature. Daivat Shubhita Dharminyam Swasyam Yono Parapuman Adata Viryam Sasuta Mahatatvam Hiranmayam Daivat Shubhita Dharmishninyam Swasyam Yono Parapuman Adata Viryan Sasuta Mahatatvam Hiranmayam Daivat Shubhita Dharminyam Swasyam Yono Parapuman Adata Viryam Sasuta Mahatatvam Hiranmayam Daivat Shubhita Dharminyam Swasyam Yono Parapuman Adata Viryam Sasuta Mahatatvam Hiranmayam Daivat Shubhita Dharminyam Swasyam Yono Parapuman Adata Viryam Sasata Mahatatvam Hiranmayam Daivat Shubhitam Dharminyam Parapuman Adata Viryam Sasuta Mahatatvam Hiranmayam Daivat Shubhita Dharminyam Yono Parapuman Adata Viryam Sasuta Mahatatvam Hiranmayam Daivat Shubhita Dharminyam Swasyam Yono Parapuman Adata Viryam Sasuta Mahatatvam Hiranmayam Daivat Shubhita Dharminyam Swasyam Yono Parapuman Adata Viryam Sasuta Mahatattvam Hiranmayam. Anyone else? Daivat Shubhita Dharminyam. Naparapuman. Adata Viryam Sasuta. Mahatattvam Hiranmayam. Daivat, by the destiny of the conditioned souls. Shubhita, agitated. Dharminyam, whose equilibrium of the modes. Swasyam, his own. Yono, in the womb. Material nature. Parapuman, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Adata, impregnated. Viryam, semen, his internal potency. Sa, she, material nature. Asuta, delivered. Mahatattvam, the sum total of cosmic intelligence. Hiranmayam, known as Hiranmaya. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. After the Supreme Personality of Godhead impregnates material nature with his internal potency, material nature delivers a sum total of the cosmic intelligence, which is known as Hiranmaya. This takes place in material nature when she is agitated by the destination of the conditioned souls. The impregnation of material nature is described in Bhagavad Gita, 14th chapter, verse number 3. Material nature's primal factor is the Mahatattva, or breeding source of all varieties. This part of material nature, which is called the Pradhana, as well as Brahman, is impregnated by the Supreme Personality of Godhead and delivers various varieties of living entities. Material nature in this connection is called Brahman because it is a perverted reflection of the spiritual nature. It is described in the Vishnu Purana that the living entities belong to the spiritual nature. The potency of the Supreme Lord is spiritual, and the living entities, although they are called marginal potency, are also spiritual. If the living entities were not spiritual, this description of impregnation by the Supreme Lord would not be applicable. The Supreme Lord does not put his semen into which is not spiritual, but it is stated here that the Supreme Person puts his semen into material nature. This means that the living entities are spiritual by nature. After impregnation, material nature delivers all kinds of living entities, beginning from the greatest living creature, Lord Brahma, down to the insignificant ant, in all varieties of forms. In the Bhagavad Gita 14.4, material nature is clearly mentioned as Sarva Yonishu. This means that of all the varieties of species, demigods, human beings, animals, birds, and beasts, whatever is manifested, material nature is the mother, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the seed-giving Father. Generally, it is experienced that the father gives life to the child, but the mother gives its body. Although the seed of life is given by the father, the body develops within the womb of the mother. Similarly, the spiritual living entities are impregnated into the womb of material nature. But the body, being supplied by material nature, takes on many different species and forms of life. The theory that the symptoms of life are manifest by the interaction of the 24 material elements is not supported here. Atheism. The living force comes directly from the Supreme Personality of Godhead and is completely spiritual. Therefore, no material scientific advancement can produce life. The living force comes from the spiritual world and has nothing to do with the interaction of the material elements. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Jnana Shalakaya Chakshuron Militam Gena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangulangayate Girim Yatkita Tamaham Bande Shri Gurum Dinataranam. So Kapila Dev is explaining to Mother Devahuti fundamental principles of material nature. We find also in the 20th chapter of the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains to Sanatana Goswami in Varanasi, explains the ultimate goal of life, in which he touches on this exact topic, how the Supreme Lord impregnates the Prakriti or the Mahatattva with living entities and activates the various species of life. And actually, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada also refers to this particular verse, as well as to other verses. Yasyaika nishvashita katamata avalambyam. That Lord Vishnu, who is a plenary portion of a plenary portion of a plenary portion of Krishna, that he, lying in the causal ocean, Jivanti Loma Vilaja Tadanandanata, he impregnates all the Mahatattva with living entities and is compared to his semen. The Lord can impregnate not only with his genitals but with his eyes. Anashakti tata shakti vividhaiva shriyate swabhavaki jnana balakriya cha natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate natacchamascha vyadikascha jishyate sarasya shaktir. So the Lord and his expansions, which he has multifarious expansions, millions, trillions, koti of expansions, they are capable of impregnating with any limbs of their body. So with his eyes he impregnates the Mahatattva, the living entities. And here Prabhupada also explains that in the Bhagavad Gita, verse 4, chapter 14, Sarva yonishu kunteya murteya sambhavantiya tesham brahma mahadyonir aham bija prada pita. That here, the Bhagavad Gita, of course, Krishna is speaking in a very condensed way, and then it's elaborated in Srimad Bhagavatam and Brahma Samhita. Yoni means a different species of life. It also means the womb, a woman's womb, yoni. It also refers to the species. So the souls, they're entering into the yoni. All different types of yonis. 84 lakhs of yonis. And they're all coming down from Lord Brahma. Yasyaika nishpasita katamatavalam ram manti loma villaja tadanandanata vishnur maha saihayasya kala vishesho govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami. Lord Brahma is saying that Mahavishnu is supplying, is from one breath, billions and trillions of lords of the universe. Jagadananta, lords of the universe, Brahmas, Indras, Vayus, Lord Shivas, Rudras, they're all emanating from this Vishnu, Mahavishnu, lying in the causal ocean. And then he expands as Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and from his navel a lotus flower is formed, and on the lotus flower, that is the womb of Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma is born from this lotus flower. Atmabhu, he has one parent, Garbhodakshay Vishnu. And then again, Garbhodakshay Vishnu expands as the Kshirodakshay Vishnu. Anantaracha Paramanu Chanantarastam. And this Kshirodakshay Vishnu, he is situated not only in every atom in the Lord's creation, but he's also situated between the atoms as his energy. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagyada vyakta murtina matstani sarva bhutani maite teshu chapyam. Nachamatstanam pasyame yoga maishvaram bhuta brinnacha bhutasya mamatma bhuta bhavita. So he's spread throughout the universe in every atom between the atom, and therefore we say nitya netana Chaitanas Chaitananam, Nitya Nityanam, Chaitanas Chaitananam, Eko Yo Vidadati Kaman, Vishahita Dira. That the Lord is maintaining all living entities because he's organizing everything. So what are the foolish scientists saying? The Mayaya Aparita Gyanis, the big intellectuals. Oh, oops. The big intellectuals. Scientists, philosophers, so-called thinkers of our world, they say, oh no, life comes bottom up, called bottom up. That from chemicals, a chunk, Prabhupada said, they say a chunk exploded about 16 billion years ago. That's their speculation. And that around, when the universe cooled down, there was a black hole, infinite density, infinite temperature. Well, what's infinity, by the way? They don't know what infinity is. So anyway, this is their theory. Then that theory is sometimes proved with too many problems, and they come up with the multiverse. That there's many multiverses, and we happen to find ourselves in what is called the Goldilocks universe. It means that by some chance, by some amazing luck, we have human beings and different species which all evolved from a very, very primitive little organism like a germ. And these germs, they came from a primordial soup. And this primordial soup, some chemicals were there, and then lightning struck, and you got some amino acids, and like this, by some arrangement, we got life. And from life, we got various species evolving. This is their foolish theory. Of course, now they've discovered so much complexity within life. Within the cell is like a huge city full of all kinds of nanomachines, all kinds of very specific situations. And based on the coding system, just like we have coding for AI, right? So the DNA is coding system, the genome, and this instructs that certain nanomachines are produced which run around in this city and repair different parts of the cell. So how did all this come by some blind, they call it the blind watchmaker, this demoniac. So of course, this is demoniac mentality. There's only two types. One type of human being believes in God, and the other type of human being believes in no God. There is no God. It's actually their religion. The religion of atheism is a religion. They believe it. And then they speculate in so many ways how life came about. But they have no idea how life came about with their very advanced laboratories, multi-million-dollar grants every year. They say, oh no, next year we'll make some life. We'll make a living cell. But it's not possible. Therefore, Krishna says, Moga Shamoga Karmana Moga Jnana Vichesichaha Rakshashim Asharim Chaiva Prakritim Mohinim Shitaha. That they're bewildered by my illusory, my external energy. Lord Shiva's wife, she's very powerful. Parvati, Durga Devi. She's very powerful, and she has the thankless task of keeping all these foolish human beings in this illusion of this desire to enjoy this material world. There's no enjoyment here. Dukalayam Shashvatam. So, Shariram Yadavapnoti Yatchapyut Gurmatishvaraha Grihit Vaitani Samyati Vair Gandhani Vashayat. That the living entity is going just like air traveling across an area, country, a city, an area, territory. Sometimes it smells like roses, sometimes it smells like sewage. So the living entity, Sharidar, in this body, he gets a body of a hog, and he thinks, oh, I'm so happy. Avaranatmika, Siddhi, Shakti. Krishna is covering potency. He says, oh no, you're very happy, you're eating stool. But a person like in a higher human form, so disgusting, so nasty, like this. And sometimes, of course, he's a demigod, the living entity. We've been up in the Swargalokas, the Jnana, Tapalokas, all these different planets. We've been there. We've been here for time immemorial, Prabhupada says. Time immemorial, our tiny little soul in this body we have now has been up and down Brahmanda Brahmiti Kona Bhagavan Jiva. So, we are finally very fortunate, like Gauranga Mahaprabhu is making us very fortunate that Krishna has come in the form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Radha Bhava Juta Suvalita. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the bhav, tasting the bhav the Radharani feels for him. Krishna is looking at his reflection in Dwarka and he says, oh, it's so beautiful. And in Vrindavan, he's looking at his reflection on the Yamuna River, saying, it's so beautiful, I wish I could taste this attraction that Radharani has for me. So duty means he comes in the effulgence of Radharani, and also he wants to experience his bhav. Srimati Radharani's Ladini Shakti is his pleasure potency. Krishna also wants to taste this Madhurya Ras. He is the origin of all rasas. Here in the material world, it's like iron. But in the divine love of God, the amorous pastimes of the Lord in Vrindavan, it's like gold. But because we have some little independence, some free will, the scientists, they have a problem. What is free will? They've done so many experiments on the brain. They've studied people, neurology, and they found that sometimes, even if someone has injured brain, like the frontal lobe is destroyed, they still react in certain ways. And they're bewildered. How is this possible? Because they say, these big people like Karl Popper, John Eccles, he's a Nobel Award winner in neurology. He says, we have no idea. He wrote a book called The Brain and the Self. And he said, it seems that there's some difference between the brain and the self. They've come to this conclusion. But they don't know what the self, what consciousness, what life, what free will, emotions. They can understand perception, but not conception. The human being can think of beautiful mathematical equations. He can conceive of beautiful music like Beethoven's music, Mozart's music, and Sadhapura Prabhu in Mechanistic Non-Mechanistic Science and the Origins magazine says that Mozart admitted that he was just walking in a nice forest and all these beautiful harmonies came to mind. What is that? Is that just neurons firing? No, it's coming from, Krishna says, Sarvasicham Vidishani Vishto, Mataksmitir Gyanam Apohanamcha. The Super Soul is giving us so much inspiration and intelligence. He's giving, they call it instinct. Oh, it's just instinct. What is instinct? Explain it. So there's so many variables coming from the divine that they're not able to explain. So what do we accept? We accept this parampara system coming down from Lord Brahma. Evam paramparam praptam imam rajarshiyo vidu sakalene hai nahata yoga nashta prantapa imam vishvashvate yogam proktavam aham avyayam vivashvan manave prahur manur ikshvakave bravit. We take the top-down system. We don't accept bottom-up system. That's atheism. Unfortunately, as Prabhupada has said in many places, the world is overrun by atheists. Some of them are impersonalists, Mayavadis. He said the world is overrun by Mayavadis. Or some of them are karmakandis. They say, oh, enjoy life. You're just a meat machine, a biological machine. So just enjoy death. There's nothing after death. Asatyam apatishtam te. Jagadahura Nishvaram, Aparasparam Sambutam, Kimanyatkam, Ahoitukam. Just enjoy your senses. Everything's temporary. Life is temporary. There's no controller, no apratishtam, no foundation to this world, to reality. Ahura Nishvaram. The universe just happened by chance, by a big bang. So he asked that. I'll give you a clock, and you take all the parts and you throw it. And then you wait and see if it comes back to a clock. There's so much speculation going on. One Nobel Award winner, Ilya Progignin from Belgium, said, no, life came by reverse entropy. There's no such thing. Things, the bodies we have, they're very complex, very sophisticated. When death comes, they go back to Bhumir Apo Nalo Vayu. They go back to earth, water, fire, all these things. It doesn't go like matter doesn't evolve itself, organize. You could say self-organization of matter. No, you're an atheist. That's your problem. Etam justam avastabhya nastalpanopabudaya prabhavanti ugra karmana. They're engaged in all this study of matter, but they evade any probability, any suggestion that there's a supreme being, a supreme creator, a supreme maintainer, one who is omniscient, omnipotent, all-powerful. That they don't accept. So we say, please read Bhagavad Gita. Param Brahm, Param Dham, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavam, Purusham, Shashvatam Devyam, Adidevam Ajam Vibhum. So atheism is also an act of faith. I remember when I attended the first Congress for the Synthesis of Science Religion in Bombay, we had some Nobel Award winners there. One of them was a famous associate of Albert Einstein, George Wald, got a Nobel Award for eyes, fixing the eyes. And he said, if I play chess with a computer and it beats me, does the computer feel proud? He says, if I go into a shopping mall and the door opens for me, does it resent opening for me? He says, I don't think so, but as a scientist, we don't know what consciousness or life is. We say, why don't you at least spread your brain a little more, be open-minded to the probability or possibility that there's a supreme being behind our universe. Yashmat sharamatito ham aksharam apichotamaha atosmi loke pratishta purushotamaha. Krishna says in the 15th chapter that above the fallible and infallible souls, there is me, who am glorified in the Vedic literatures. Veda. Veda comes from the incarnation of God, Veda Vyas. Right? The literary incarnation of God. Why couldn't you take information from these great authorities who are transcendental and beyond the four defects? What are the atheists doing? They have imperfect senses, so they have imperfect instruments. They have a tendency to cheat. So we read their textbooks, even in university textbooks. Oh yeah, this is how life came about. This is how the university. They're cheating. They can't demonstrate it. And they say, show me God. Well, you show me atheism. And they're always in illusion. And they also are prone to making mistakes. Oops. Another new theory. Bring a new theory on. They refuse to accept the existence of God. This is the problem. I don't want to surrender to Krishna. I'll do anything, but I won't surrender to the Lord. I won't do it. Stubborn. Brahmana Pratishta. As I go, Chanchalahi Mana Krishna Pramati Balavadridam. Pramati. The mind is very stubborn. And the ahankara vimutatma. They are bewildered by this ahankar, which is part of the mind, subtle body. So there's, oh no, you know everything. Human society. We're going to solve all the problems. We're going to build rockets. We're going to look at medical science. We can give this, neurosurgery. We can do heart surgery. Look at us. No, the death rate is still 100%. So what is your great medical science? So Krishna, of course, he's very merciful in Kali Yuga, but he completely condemns these rascals. Tanaham dushata krun samsareshu naradhamam. They're called naradhamam. They have high education, big technology, all kinds of learning, but no spiritual learning. They're known as naradhama, lowest of mankind. Although they have sophisticated materialistic society, lowest of mankind. Shipamiya jashumashu bamashurishu yonishu. Says, I cast them into lower species of life, animal species. Rascal. Actually, one time Prabhupada said in a lecture, I don't know how appropriate this is, but he said an astrologer in India said that Mr. Nehru, first Prime Minister of India, he took birth as a dog in Sweden. I'm just quoting Prabhupada, I'm not trying to offend anyone. But this is the destiny of those who refuse to accept the existence of the Supreme Lord and follow His rules and regulations. Therefore, Prabhupada quotes, and Lord Chaitanya in his discussion with Sanatana Goswami, Dharma projita kaitravotra paramo niratsaranam satam vedyam vatsanam atrishivanam tapantrayan mulanam Srimad Bhagavatam Mahamuni krite kimva para ishvaraha. The Lord Veda Vyas is giving this Srimad Bhagavatam the light for the Kali Yuga, the light of the world, and projita kaitravotra. It is the highest knowledge, distinguishing illusion from real truth, and it's rejecting materially motivated religions. So people, oh no, I believe in God, but what are you doing? Who is God? Do you know? No, I'm God, you're God, we're all God, everything's God. So I can enjoy. If I'm God, I'm the enjoyer, you see? Impersonalism. The last snare of Maya. The last snare of Maya. Maya is so powerful, she says, okay, you don't want to surrender to Krishna? Here's a philosophy. Lord Shiva, Shankaracharya. Here, take this Sariraki Vashya. Take this philosophy. You can be God. But Krishna says, Ija Dvesha Sumutena Dvandva Mohena Bharata. How's that verse go? That the living entities are born into delusion, overwhelmed by the duality of desire and hate. Sarva Bhuteshu Samoham. They're bewildered by the modes of passion and ignorance and goodness also. You know, so many big persons in the mode of goodness, but they're not devotees of the Lord, so it's simply a useless waste of time. Shrama evi kevalam. Dharma swanustita pumsam vishvakshena kathasya nudpadaya yati ritim. Shrama evi kevalam. Vedavyasa is saying, you know so much Dharma, you may be Veda Vada, you know, in all the Vedas, you studied all the Vedas. I've met Sanskrit scholars. I met famous university, McGill, very famous university. So I was doing Veggie Club, you know, Bhakti Yoga Club. And this Sanskrit scholar from Varanasi, big scholar, PhD. He says, no, you're in the West here, you're in Canada. Why are you serving veggie prasad? You should serve hamburgers. He said, these people, they live in a cold country, this is their culture, they eat non-veg. So you should serve hamburger cow flesh. I said, how can you just rationalize this? You're a Sanskrit scholar, you're teaching Sanskrit here. You can speak fluent Sanskrit. He said, no, look, Krishna told Arjuna on Kurukshetra, he told him, kill. How many? 600 million soldiers, warriors. Kill them. So what's the problem with a few cows? Krishna instructed him, kill the 600 million humans. What's the problem with a few? This is Chala Dharma. This is, in the 7 cantos described Chala Dharma, like word jugglery. They're juggling words and quoting Krishna. They're quoting God himself. No, it's no problem. You just give them some cow's flesh. You know, Allah Krishna clearly says in Bhagavad Gita, Krishi Goraksha Vanijam Vaishya Karma Svajavajam and Patram Pushpam Palam Toya. So I shook my head. I said, I'm sorry, but you're not invited to the Veggie Club. Like this. So this is going on in the world. That so much illusion, even in the name of the Vedas, in the name of religion, there's so much influence of Kali Yuga. So, Prahlad Maharaj, he was sitting on his father's lap, and his father, loves his son. And he says, what is the best thing you've learned in school? And Prahlad said, the best thing I've learned, that sadhumana yeshuravarna dehinam sada samudviga dhyama satvrihat idvatma patam griham andakupam panam gatoyam dharimarshayeta. That my dear, best of the demons, Asuravaryadein, the best thing I've learned is that one should give up this deep, dark well of materialistic life. Yan maitunedi grimadi sikami tushcham. Maitunadi grimadi sikami tushcham. And take shelter of Lord, go to the forest of Vrindavan and take shelter of Lord Hari. Take shelter of the Supreme Lord Hari. Yasya Prabhu Prabhavato Jagadanda Koti Kotishu Ashesha Vasudari Vibhuti Binam Tad Brahmanishkalam Asheshaka Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. That the whole creation that we see is contained in Krishna's effulgence. And yet, Krishna is in Goloka Vrindavan, or Vrindavan. He comes here once in a day of Brahma, and he's having his pastimes along the Yamuna River. And Rupa Goswami is saying, if you at all want to enjoy this material world, if you want to enjoy Indriya Bhog, Bhogaishvarya, don't go to the Yamuna River, because there you'll see the Supreme Lord, the source of everything, standing under the tree, playing on the fifth note on his flute. So the son of Maharajnanda, he is tasting all these various rasas, childhood rasas with his friends. God is not just creating the universe and everything is, expanding from him. Yeah, that is true. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. But he is this most beautiful being, most beautiful person, full of beautiful qualities. All his qualities are fathomless. He's humble, he's shy, he's forgiving, he's very compassionate. All these wonderful qualities are described by Lord Chaitanya to Sanatana Goswami. A wonderful quality, expert linguist, expert judge of time, circumstance, person. All these wonderful, he has all these personal qualities also. And he is the attractor of Cupid. He's extremely beautiful. His beautiful lotus eyes. Queen Kunti, Namaha Pankajan Baya, Namaha Pankajan Maline, Namaha Pankajan Chaya, Namaste Pankajan. That Queen Kunti is saying, oh my Lord of lotuses, you're the Lord of the lotus. You resemble the lotus flower, your eyes resemble lotus petals, your face resembles a lotus flower. He's so beautiful, you can't imagine. When Arjuna saw Krishna's two-armed form, his hair stood on end. We see that when Lord Chaitanya was dancing in front of Lord Jagannath, he experienced so much prema, so much love, that tears were flowing from his eyes. So this is the purpose of our lives. Although the Lord contains everything in his own bodily effulgence, his own bodily effulgence, everything's contained in his effulgence, still he's there in the spiritual world, tasting and relishing relationships with his devotees. And that is what is being offered to us, the treasure, the gift of love of God. And Lord, he comes as in the mood of Radharani because she's very compassionate. So one time Lord Chaitanya, at Srivas Sangam, Srivas had a tailor who was a Muslim, Lacha. And he was seeing the beauty of Nimai. He said, oh, Nimai, you're so beautiful. And he's really relishing Nimai's beauty. So then Lord Chaitanya, out of great compassion, Vadanya, Mahavadanyaya, he revealed to him this Tribhanga form holding a flute, beautiful cowherd boy with a complexion like a monsoon cloud. And he revealed it to him. And the Malecha became a great devotee. And he goes, I have seen. Right here in Sridham Mayapur, this is Gupta Vrindavan. This is the abode of the Lord, the holy Dham of the Lord. All these pastimes are going on as we speak, Nitya Leelas. And so like this, Nimai would benedict, just give freely, love of God, or he would empower someone, Avesha. He would empower Nakula Brahmachari, Nishingananda Brahmachari, in love of God. They were just given, here, take, prema, experience this divine emotion of love, taste some of these wonderful flavors, right? So many flavors in prema described by Rupa Goswami. Different flavors, fear, joy, different flavors, shyness, humility, anger even, different flavors. This is divine love. This is gold. What we're experiencing here in the material world, this is iron. It's full of anxiety. Dukkalayama Shashvatam. It's temporary, full of anxiety. But because we're spirit souls, Mamai Vamso, we're children of Lord Krishna, Aham Bija. So we are wanting to experience these But ultimately, Lord Chaitanya is giving us this divine love, this prema bhakti, this devotion to Him. Iha yasya harer bhakti, karmana manasa gira, nikal vashva shu, jivan mukta siyuchite. Even in this body, you can use your mind always to remember the Lord. Vishnu Smaranam. You can use your eyes, your ears, your tongue, all your senses engaging. Anasakta shivishiyan yatarham nirbandasam. So you're attached to, serving and pleasing the senses of Krishna, not your own senses. And therefore, Jivan Mukta. You are liberated even in this world, even in this body. You're engaging in devotional service. You're chanting the holy names of Krishna every day. And Prabhupada says in the purport, in the 7th canto, chapter 4, he says, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, when you're chanting and hearing about Krishna, it is the same as seeing Krishna. You're seeing Krishna right in front of you. It's the same thing, but we have to chant with great attention. And we have to eradicate the offenses to the Lord. Those offenses are like mirrors, it's like curtains, and we can't see Krishna. We're not hearing properly, we're not chanting properly. So attentive chanting is the root of avoiding all the other offenses. Attentive chanting in our japa, in our kirtan, this is the root to have offenseless chanting. Or inattentive chanting is the root cause of all the other offenses. Guru aparad, Vaishnava aparad, Nam aparad, interpreting the holy name not as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. This is an offense to the Lord. Committing sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy name. Considering Lord Shiva. Oh, no, I worship Lord Shiva. I'm a Shiva Bhakta. No. The demigods have to be respected, but they have nothing. Krishna is one without a second. So many Shivas are there. So many Durgas are there. Like this. So I'll stop here. We have 5 minutes for comment or question. There's darshan in a few minutes. So.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the class. Prabhu, you were telling about we have God believers and then we have non-God believers. So theists and atheists, basically.
Oh, yes.
So, like, how can we see people who are like, they grew up with Christianity or Islam, and they're very firm in that, so they have their full faith in this, but they're not able to accept Krishna as God, so they're not going beyond that. So can we see them as theists or atheists?
What are they chanting? What are they doing? I didn't get the first part. How can I see people
who are like Christianity, if they grow up with it and they're not able to accept Krishna?
But they believe in God?
Yeah, in their own way. So like in Christianity way. So should we see that as theists or atheists?
They're theists. They believe in God. Anyone who believes in God, the tribal people in the forest, they believe in a higher being. So that's a belief in God. Or the problem, of course, is people believe in God, but they don't have the proper parampara. They don't have the proper guidance. The parampara, for example, Christianity. There's a book written by one of my god brothers showing that in the ancient texts, bromitis or bromis means vegetarian. But then when the Catholics became prominent, one famous saint, he changed bromis to mean non-veg. So now if you speak to them, they say, oh no, thou shalt not murder, not kill, murder. But Srila Prabhupada had a big conversation in Paris with Cardinal Daniel Liu, He said, thou shalt not kill means don't kill anything. Obviously. And St. John the Baptist, who was cousin of Jesus, he was pure vegetarian. So when people convolute, when they misinterpret, then that it's like offering ghee into the ashes. You won't get the desired result of prema bhakti. You get some benefit, you believe in God, okay, but you're still incurring sinful reactions by eating meat. So there's different levels of punishment for that. But the outright atheist, the hostile atheist who goes out writing books against the existence of God and promoting, that person, andan tamasa pravishanti. Ishapani says that those persons who are teaching atheism, or Nessians, they go into the darkest regions of ignorance. The darkest regions. They're punished far more. So our business is actually to teach people this pure bhakti yoga. Saganam samatityaitan brahmabhoyaya kalpate. Mamchiyo vyadikarena bhakti yogena. Like the bhakti yoga is transcendental to dharma, religion, material religion and so on, karma kanda and all this. So our business is to go out and uplift the conditioned souls and bring them to the lotus feet of the great acharyas and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is the mission of Lord Chaitanya. And we're just in the embryonic stage. How old is the movement? Oh, it's not even 100 years old. Prabhupada, established in New York, ISKCON in 1966. So we have quite a bit of work to do and quite a long way to go. We're in the embryonic stage, but we have to continue with our determination, enthusiasm, and patience. Hare Krishna. Time for darshan. Haribol, let's go for darshan.